No, they are aware. They are aware and they know some of the things that are happening. But to call to call those people who are the owners of the drugs, and that's where the problem lies. Delon is deeply involved with the activities of the government.
Mhm.
As far as the foreign policy of the House of Legislature is concerned, Delon has that, especially from the Senate end. He has friends in government. He should not be telling us that he doesn't know. They need to be bold, come to the public and tell the public if they are serious. As they said, as they were yesterday, the sea energy that was used yesterday to tell people about drugs, the sea energy should be used today. You can, this is political game. But like I said,
Mhm.
he's in a political season. He wants to go back. He wants to be elected. So even if Delon knows that John is the one who is the owner of the drug, Delon doesn't want to be the person to come and say this is John because he wants to push the government. So he has to be playing that political game. At the end of the day, if the government has the courage to come out and say this is the owner, then Dylan will not be irresponsible. He will not be chased because we're in a cycle, a government who chase everyone who comes against the government.
Okay.
So it is also possible if Dylan comes and say the children of the president, I'm just making something, just saying something, the
Mhm.
children of the president, they are the owner of the jobs. It's also possible how Yeke was treated, Dylan will be treated like that. We also last couple of weeks we saw people who were given job by President Bwaka, Sano Johnson resigned. Every time people go against this government, the government comes after you. So people like Delon know, Delon knows who are the owners, but he has to be playing his political
Let,
game.
let me pick you small. He is saying the thing taking long.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I mean, that's his message. He's
Yeah.
saying, I'm not happy with the way you guys are taking long time to investigate this thing.
And there's no update.
The more you keep silent on it, you're not telling us who you not arrest. Those who you arrest, what in the not say. Like you just grab one or two person, you say there are people of interest, you not arrest nobody, you have not charged anybody, nobody in prison. It doesn't look good.
Who told you all of us that the foreign minister didn't know that Guinean soldiers were on our land? But did she come out to say it? No, she's not going to say it. That's my point. I'm not telling you. Say Delon is, he's saying the government is delaying.
Mhm.
I'm aware,
Mhm.
but my point is,
Mhm.
he has friends in government.
Okay.
He knows what's happening, but he doesn't want to be the one to say it because when he does, it's his job. And at the end of the day, he becomes enemy of the government.
So
he can be pushing this.
so you think he's aware of the real culprit?
Yes.
But is doing
He
so
doesn't want to take-
in the public so that the public will say, okay, you know what? That man is talking for us in a way that he is now also beating on your government.
Yeah.
He actually asking questions.
Watch Dylan performances at the Senate when it comes to the issue of confirmation. Dylan played the political game as though
Mhm.
Oliver would not be. When you listen to Dylan, it's like Oliver Kahn will not be confirmed. But at the end of the day, Oliver Kahn will be confirmed no matter what. You will come to the perspective to say, okay, that is voting. The majority carry the rule.
Mhm.
But this has been the role that Dylan has been playing. He's playing this political game. He has. Now, I continue to say, Darius Dylan has friends in government. There are people who, when things happen, they can already know.
So apparently, I mean, I just want to play the devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Alexa is going to come in very shortly. Apparently, he is aware of those who got the drugs.
Yeah.
Maybe Senator Dillon is aware that the drug is either for the speaker child, or for the president's son,
Mm.
or for the vice president's son, or for he, Dillon, his son.
Mm.
Either for any of them.
Yeah.
And maybe he say, okay, now that I know who got it, but I'm the senator, I'm not the law enforcement authority,
Mhm.
so I cannot come up to the public and say
Yeah.
they drug for President Jerome Roosevelt's son.
Mm.
So those of you who are close to the responsibility constitutionally,
Yeah.
the law enforcement officers, we know what we know.
Mhm.
Can you guys please come and let us know who owned the drugs? Apparently, that's from the angle he's coming from. I'm being wrong, but he could be like, okay, you know what? Hold on, gentlemen, all know who got the drugs. Why are delaying to tell the people? Because those of us who are the politicians defending the government, that we don't want to get in trouble. After 2-3 years, I'll be running again to be senator in Monserrato. The people will be reminding me oh, Delon, you are causing president. We are then way back say you had drugs. How come your whole government has also drugs? So Delon is, I mean, apparently you could be concerned
I get your point.
that that drug issue, if you're not talking soon, if you're not bringing the information out soon so we can settle it quickly, do you think that could affect me in 2029? It could even affect President Baka and Ko, who said they won't be president and vice president in 2029. So it better you talk sooner.
Who elevates that conversation and brings the backing of the ordinary people is Delon. Like I was putting to say, he knows. So the best thing to do,
Okay.
you can put the fire on the back of the government because you have the information to say, okay, this is the group of people who have the job.
You want Delon to make the pronouncement ahead of
You are making pronouncement
ahead of the security actors?
Oliver, this is deep. This is a drug issue.
I'm aware.
And before,
And that's what I'm concerned. So whether you want Delon to say the drug,
I'm gonna say-
the drug for
I'm gonna say,
I'm actually understanding Jerome's point, right?
uh,
So the thing is, before people did not wait, Dylan was still senator,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And we had similar issues about drugs in the country, how drugs are available, different kinds are available, and the young people are still taking them, and their lives have been ruined, destroyed on a daily basis, without tangible evidence. Those people, I'm sure Dylan included,
Yeah.
were calling names,
they were
pointing
all very
fingers,
talented
and
people.
yes,
Yeah, they were not
With-
investigating.
exactly.
They were not waiting for investigation.
without being very professional about it, without using their means as lawmakers, their influence to invite people who are, the requisite authority to say, hey, you get here and give us an update, an official update. So everybody was pointing finger here and there. So I think that's where you're coming from.
Yeah,
So he should not
yeah.
use this as,
Yeah, he has his senatorial seat to protect. He has his government to defend. He's been caught in a political season.
so he's in the middle
Yeah,
trying to be
so-
like, okay, I'm speaking for the
Imagine if
But-
Delon was part of CDC.
people.
It would have been different.
It is a different story.
Imagine if Delon was senator and then CDC maybe in the government and Delon is an opposition senator. It would have been different. As a matter of fact, you would have said, Maggie didn't get a job. The other people
That's
get a job.
exactly
The other
the
people
point.
get a job. When you in a school, the people can tell you, say, when the person comes from under the water, the person tell you, say, oh, something happening under the water. I know how they can say that parable. Believe it. This man, the man at the man can go sit down even Bwaka on the ground. He can go sit down even Yombli on the ground. He has friends. He knows people. Then he start playing game. He needs to start playing game.
so you think Senator Delon is trying to bad in known public sentiment?
Exactly, and that has been his pattern, and you always do. That has been his pattern, and you'll be shocked, Oliver. You'll be shocked when the government will be sincere to the people. You know, plenty of friends in government. You'll be shocked one day you sit on a table in conversation with people, and people say they don't then were aware when this was happening.
Okay, Alexa. No, I mean,
It is,
I like the angle he's taking
no,
it from.
it is actually interesting that today we're mostly having like a round table conversation. We usually do. We're having like a round table. We're always playing the devil's advocate and all that.
It's nice.
You're going here and there, but I know Mansi is going to call and say you're looking for your best friend. She always does. She always does. But to exactly the point, right? I think this platform. If we have people in this country who are very, very fair, very honest to the discourse, they will be able to give us an award, even though we don't need it. They will give us an award for always being fair in our analysis when it comes to the issue of drugs in the country
Good.
and many other national issues as well. We have always said the issue of drugs is not a political issue because it affects anyone, whether you're having a political tendency that's in power or not. It affects everybody. We have always said this is a societal problem and it needs everyone's efforts. So everybody needs to put their hands together. There should be a collaborative effort of everybody to be able to work on this, to be able to curb the availability of drugs in the country, and to hold the people who are really available, responsible for all of these things and bringing these things in the country. That has always been our position. And I was really happy when, this entire thing happened, and it was shared on the social media. It was shared via different news outlets in the country, and Oliver also brought some pieces of evidence before you
Yeah.
know it got on the social
Yeah.
media and stuff like that. And we started the conversation again with saying the whole thing about judgment is people are very English. They're not positive in it. It could be my brother, it could be Oliver's brother, it could be your brother. So it could be any one of us, family members being involved with this and that and that. So when we are having a conversation surrounding this issue, we should take into consideration what are we protecting? Are we being pragmatic enough to, spot some of the inconsistencies when people who are in power, people who have the influence, people who have, what it takes to take these people who are bringing drugs in the country, the campaign, the whoever, however you want to call it.
Mhm.
This has always been our conversation. But then it got to a point where we said, oh my God, it got to a point, I'm sorry, it got to a point where we said, we are not going to mandate or dictate to anybody how to point fingers and how not to point fingers, because it happened before. And the people who have in power today, they took this as one of the strongest pillars of their campaign.
Mhm.
And that was a serious message. They didn't care about any pieces of evidence, but they tied and attributed these things about drugs to the previous administration, George Weah, Findabondo, this person, that person, everybody else.
Mhm.
And people did not care to find the truth. People did not care to find what was accurate, what was not, because it was a propaganda. It was a narrative that suited them at the time. Everybody bought into it. Today we have Daryl Dillon. He's here. Daryl Dillon was here before. And that's why I got your point. He was here before. And we know some of the things Daryl Dillon, along with other people, said, how they said what they said.
Good.
So it was never about we need the joint security to act. We need, an update. It was never about
Yeah.
that. But today we have Senator Dillon telling us it is, about the joint security. They must act now. No fear, no favor. I think this is a cliche to me because it seems like you're in the middle. You want to please everybody. You have the people who are on the other side, maybe they're your supporters or they're independent people who do not care about politics, and you want to have them to be on your side just in case you have another political ambition to say, oh no, let me been talking about it, so when I be on him.
Mhm.
Also, on the other hand, he's also protecting his people. He is not speaking against them as critical as he usually, speaks against people and against issues or whatever it is going to be called. So he is just there. The joint security must act now, and no updates and everything is when Dillon has the platform, he has the influence to lobby, the support of his colleagues to call the same people
Mhm.
to be able to answer to Liberians. Because you cannot tell me you're a senator, you're a representative, you're maybe a president, and then you have these issues of national concern, happening, and you're unable to call the people who are supposed when you have the power to do so. So I think as much as Dillon is on Facebook doing what he usually does, I think that the energy he's using on the social media to, talk about this, he should also use that to lobby his friends, call these people. We need an official update. You're calling them in your capacity as a senator
Mhm.
or as an AUKUS body that, they'll be able to listen to, they'll be able to give an official update and here and there. But just going on the social media be like everyone else because everybody is talking about it.
Mhm.
One morning, an ordinary person gets up, wakes up in the morning, that person goes on the social media, that person writes, the joint security must act now.
Mhm.
No fear, no favor.
Okay.
What difference does it make? So for me, I do not think that that's something that's we should 100% commend. Like,
It's
oh
not
no,
it's not a school.
yeah, it is not. Thank
It's
you.
not a school.
So it is not like something that needs huge recognition that this senator is speaking against his very own people he brought to power. No, we have graduated from that point. We're no longer there. When we're doing that, it means we're playing. Because the job that people are to be doing, we have been here. We need an update. The people who are involved, they need to be called. There are other cases where you have a suspect, yet the suspect, was taken somewhere else pending maybe trial or whatever it was, or final investigation. So it has always been that way. We have had suspects in murder cases We've had suspects in, rape cases, like Samuel Jackson, Gestapo. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
of course, he was named a suspect, person of interest, and after he graduated to a suspect. Did he go home strictly? No. Where was he? He was taken somewhere else to rest, not a space that's comfortable, but somewhere where you have people who have committed crimes in this country, people who are suspects of crimes in this country. He was there. He slept there. Not just Samuel Jackson. You've had other people. So what is different in this case? And so that should be our question as we're asking. Delon should be using his influence, because this whole thing is about accountability. It is about transparency. It is also about professionalism. The people who have years of experience, years of professional practices, and all the different things. They should be using their professionalism. They should be using all those things to be somehow accountable and transparent in whatever that's happening. Until then, I do not think that we should be having a conversation about Darrow Dillon raising an issue, and also say the same thing that Liberians are saying, that the joint security must act at this point in time. No fear, no fear. Nobody is scared. Nobody is scared of anything. If we were scared, we would have dropped this conversation. And we made a commitment. I was not here the entire, last week, because I was under the weather. I was unwell. I'm sure you guys still talked about it, one
Yeah.
way. You see, so we made a promise, and we're committed to this. We're not going to stop, even if it means we're going to talk about this for 5 minutes. We're still going to talk about it, because this seems to be like a case that is yet to be solved, and this is not something that is a spiritual case where you need, people of spirituality to say, "I need to appear, disappear, reappear."
Or
No,
what do Sasewu and
I think
so
we'll go
forth.
that far too. We reach to a point, we can go that far. We bring lightning, bending that already ring here. The person that bring it just, or anybody that know about it, let it lightning scatter and bam.
Say they go bring it
Say we cannot find anybody. But at the end of the day, I think Delon has. We've not been a fan of that man.
Yeah.
He has what it takes to call those people professionally. So we know about 2020 where he will use that as much. It's the light when you're talking. The thing that the light talking now new thing. And like Brent keep asking like what's happening with the case here.
Mhm.
And someone raised a very, very, very salient point, and that person was like, since the kings, availed themselves,
Mhm.
it's at the end of this entire case. Has it ended in Che? I'm also asking that question. So people came forward according to what was, reported, and after that, we don't know what's happening. Even though the justice minister said he is not going to tell us when, it doesn't concern us as a people, and it does. It has a bearing on the public. Yet the LDA is still out there televising, photographing people they're arresting as suspects. Yet we cannot have these suspects to be put somewhere else while the investigation is still ongoing. This is a double standard, if you ask me. And those people have no right, I believe, to tell us that the joint security should act or must act when they have every influence to summon those people to provide an update so that the public can be informed. So I'm just going to keep it that way.
Look, and the both of you sum it up. What I was able to deduce from what you presented is the fact that Delon is on an eating show spree. And I'm not too sure the Liberian people are prepared for that calabule for the second time. Now, let me say this to our people and let it be very clear. And that's why I struck a very significant point. You are an influential senator in the legislature.
You know, go back to me.
The Senate has a responsibility to summon people and ask them to account for their stewardship. There is this tradition. We're still struggling to find the constitutional reliance, but there is this tradition where the Senate can decide that you are not competent, you are not performing, and they can cast
Yeah.
a vote of no
No
confidence
confidence.
in you. it is not constitutionally binding that the president should dismiss you when a vote of no confidence is
It's
being,
posed, yeah.
cast in you and so forth. But based on legislative and executive mutual relationship, in most cases, the president would not want to have some rough landing at the legislature because he got too many legislative paperwork to submit, to the lawmakers. And so when the lawmakers say, "Look, we don't want General Roosevelt. He can be doing this, this, this," and the president, go against them, then the
They
president can
have a
submit.
good relationship.
They ain't gonna submit legislative paperwork. And then they'll say, "Okay, you know what? We'll keep it in committee room." And when you go out, they say, "Yeah, but the last time we told you said the man was not, so forth."
Yeah.
Now, so the point is, DeLong has all of those opportunities to exploit. I mean, to utilize, to leave those opportunities and come to Facebook and act like you are a talk show host, a political commentator when you have the platform. For us, I think he needs to go further. There is nothing that bad in expressing your views on social media. I would have thought that at the end of what he wrote, which Alexa read, I would have thought that he will say, this week or by Tuesday, I will be presenting a communication on the floor,
Exactly.
of the Senate to have these individuals come to us to tell us why the drug investigation is taking longer than we expect.
You are the elders.
Fine. So, except that he did not include that part of it, and that is why the assumption that he could be doing this for political showmanship.
Exactly.
In his second attempt to do Kalabule with most of the other people. That's why I want to.
Maybe the way you say that, I don't know. I did that tomorrow.
I mean, no problem. All we need is to know who brought the drugs in the country, who is trying to make Liberia a narco state, who's trying to make Liberia a hub for drug trafficking. I mean, that's what we want to know.
Are we in yet week 3? Since
It's a year.
This should be the third week.
Third week. Is it a fourth?
I mean, okay, so no. I mean, it can be the fourth
Yeah.
week. It was June 9. June 9.
Oh, yeah, you're
Today,
right. Yeah.
today is the 29th.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So-
the same money all over. Yeah.
So less than 4 days. Less than 4 days will be entering 1 month since the whole drug situation came about.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another important point I was struck by the both of you is the one that has to do with the Kings being listed as individuals of interest, plus several other airport security folks. Those who we are told have been released to the public. I mean, released to their families and so forth, because there is nothing
Tangible.
to keep them. Now, that's where I want to go back to Senator Dillon's post. If Alexa can pull it out, he raised a very crucial point, which was also struck by the both of you, especially Alexa. Why hasn't been an arrest?
No arrest. You only have.
What did he say?
So here he said, and it has been a week or a little over a week since any update was heard. He came down to saying no culprit,
No known culprit,
no charge,
no charges,
no arrest.
no arrest. Now, why up to this point we don't know a known culprit? We identify the company that shipped it. The company workers are here. The company workers know who gave it to them, but we do not know who gave it to the company. We are not foolish people. So Delon is saying no culprit,
No culprit, no arrest,
no arrest.
no charges.
Nobody was charged. We know the company what processed the drugs to carry. We know who the company heads are. You understand me? We know. Okay, we say we know which vehicle took the drug to the airport.
You know all that.
You know all the information. It is close to a month.
But you can't arrest nobody.
No single arrest, no charges, no this and that, but you got person of interest. Now let's go to the legal side of it. The law that was passed in 2022 under the CDC administration, the proponent of that particular law, I can remember, is the representative from Grand Bassa County, the Honorable Thomas Alexander Goshua. I remember we came from Riverside that day. He and I, with several others, we met at a local restaurant in Buchanan. And we had a whole conversation about the particular law he was drafting in, and how he needed You know how he needed, how you call this thing? He needed the support of
Other lawmakers.
other lawmakers in the media because drug issue was a very critical issue. And see, I mean, he was concerned. He said, "Look, gentlemen, you guys got to keep helping us so our other colleagues can find the need." Under the gavel of Speaker Bova Chambers at the time, it was passed. Let me tell you what was passed. That law says when you are a suspect in any drug case,
Okay.
once they say the drug where they find you, if you go home with me, you're not part of it. You get nothing to do with it. But once they say, Jerome, come, we get question for you. Once they get question for you,
You will be liking it in me.
once they get question for you, the law says you are not supposed to leave the confines of the law enforcement officers.
Wow. For as long as the investigation
It is
goes.
not bearable.
It's like rape,
Yeah,
murder.
like the Ellen
Yeah.
stuff.
Also, trap.
Yeah.
It is not bearable.
Hmm.
So when you say you identify a company that company becomes the suspect. The company that processes it, that company becomes the suspect. Now, these guys will be in the custody of the law, either at the LMP withholding cell or to Sub Beach.
Okay.
They will be coming from Sub Beach and be explaining, no, listen, that our company was shipping it, but it not me get it.
Okay.
Now, Oliver can't call me say, I'm Trump fan. He say, oh, Oliver Khan. He say, yeah. He say, why a number? He say, why Oliver Khan is? Then they will. You will be lacking it there. That's why they got food to the food to the president. You'll be eating. You'll be drinking. You'll be doing all your stuff. But you are there. The reason why the framers of the law made it that way is because when you are outside, you have that ability to maneuver and how to call this thing, neutralize the evidence. You have too many ability to do too many things. How about when you rape?
Yeah.
When you are alleged to be a rapist, the law says you must. Oh yeah, Gary Coleman changed that law because he and Joe Biden they above the law. You know, except look, like the rape.
Not above the law. They just do their own thing.
That's why it is. I mean, that's what like you should understand. Now the point is at that level, you are like if you are accused of being a rapist, the reason why the law says you should not be hostile is because they don't want you having that chance to destroy evidence.
Yeah.
Because the rape victim is not in prison. The rape victim could be at a safe home. When they leave you to be free among the citizens, and somebody stand for you, you could find means to go to where that rape victim is and eliminate the rape victim to destroy evidence.
Destroy evidence.
Because once she's not alive, she cannot attest in court. You know, preliminary finding other thing. I mean, those things cannot come in court in many instances. That's why they say, "Oh, hey, Mr. Mame, you will lack it. We'll keep you." Now, the same thing applies to the drug situation. Once you say this man has a connection, once you say the man has got connection, once you say the man is an individual of interest, he is a suspect. Automatically, he's a suspect. I mean, let legal people come and do other legal interpretation. But he's a suspect. At that level, he should be in the custody of the law. Why is it that after 1 month, our government that's supposed to be rescuing the country is unable to arrest a single individual and place them behind bar while serving place them in pre-trial detention? Why?
And so the minute they are careful with their arrest, so they are playing with words. Person of interest,
and so
they don't want to go to
and that is the reason why Dillon is concerned. He may be on a political gimmicks, but the points raised. Okay, so let's put the Dillon issue to the bed because I don't want to reference him too much. Almost like the wrong pastor preaching the right sermon. He may be the wrong pastor.
Yeah,
the sermon is actually right. The question asked was very strategic. Why is it that we do not have somebody who is a person of interest? The point here is these guys are aware that the individual in 2022 Fine. The drug law in 2022 says any property that is being used to facilitate drug trade, drug activity in Liberia, that property should be confiscated by the government, sold, and proceeds from that particular operation be used to freight drugs. This rescue government people are supposed to know book. They're supposed to be educated.
They know the law.
They're supposed to be inclined. The 2022 law is very clear. They have identified the house where the drugs were stored in. The house where they were keeping the cocaine. They know the house. Why is it that the DEA is yet to put into the yellow tape?
Yeah, like they did to Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson House.
Yeah.
Why is it the DEA is yet to put yellow tape around the house?
Crime scene.
Crime scene.
Yeah, yet to say Gestapo.
Crime scene.
You understand?
Yeah.
No, you already identified the house that the drug was stored in before being taken to the airport. Martin Colley passing around with it. And that's why I said the government, the guys are not smart. You talk all the information you go to Martin Colley, hoping that he will use it to defend you, but he exposed you because apparently he did not read the law.
Yeah.
The law is very clear on this situation. A property being used, for example, if you get your land and you go build small around it, the beginners are smoking, weed and doing all the and the DA guys want to use the law. That your whole land in the zero, that whole place, they will grab it, they will sell it.
Wow.
The money they will use us to get from here, when 1,500, 3,000 naira get from here, they'll take that 3,500 and go carry it to the rehabilitation center, buy burger weed, buy flippy, the beginner who scored, the go there. That's the law that was passed.
Or they could turn that into one of their, spaces as well to operate.
You understand that? That's the law that was passed.
Mhm.
That's the law that was passed. The DA will put, they will look at that open and say, look, we'll put in one DA office here. Or the government will sell it. Oh, yes, it's for the government. Oh, you get a property, you buy it, you want to do good thing with it, that drugs you want to do, you forfeit the property to the government. That's the law that was passed. Thanks to Honorable Alexander Goswami of Grand Bassa County. President William signed that particular law before he left power. That's how strong the drug law is. You identify a property that was hosting 198 plates of cocaine. A government that was supposed to rescue us is yet to even have any conversation about that property. The owner of the property, you know him. You know the owners of the company that processed the drug to sell it. You know them. You know who they were weighing it. You know who they drove it and carried it. The reason why
everybody else is
why don't we have somebody in pre-trial detention?
people making fun.
Why don't we have it? And so look, and that's why I saw a particular post from our good friends, the U.S. Embassy today. Commenting and acknowledging the drug issue. I understand they spoke from a diplomatic perspective. Their last line is why I responded to. I wrote the U.S. Embassy. I told them, I was very clear with them. I said, look, in as much as we recognize the support of the U.S. government to our security, sector and so forth, we also want to inform you that these guys should not be commended because we have documented several of the human rights violations, including torture, extrajudicial killings. 3 women dying in Cape Mount. Their families are still crying today for justice.
The ever man went missing.
And every soldier went missing since November of 2024. He is yet to be seen.
You can't find him.
A 29-year-old mother. You understand me? Was it? I mean, he had this mental illness, something. He family called people to carry the mental home. Somebody called police. Police went there, saw somebody who is mentally ill. Open fire on the man.
Yeah, Old Road.
Open fire on the man. Another police officer who was not on official duty took gun on registered arm and shot a 19-year-old boy in Banja.
Yeah. And another one
on the beach
happened at rehab.
At rehab, one happened in Banja. At the checkpoint, one happened in Banja. At the beach, one happened in rehab. The beginning kid from school.
At the Cassidy Boulevard as well, police officer shot a young lady.
Thank you. So in the midst of all of these things, when our partner, the U.S. that we so much love and so much respect, our traditional ally, start to appreciate the security forces, then it shows that perhaps we don't want to deduce whatever their intent may be. But in my mind, as a Liberian, a political commentator, I thought to remind them. Apparently, they charged the affairs. They didn't know, or he did not read through.
No, as well as you just said.
I mean, not about the law. He did not read through some of the violations. So I reminded him, I catalog all. We listed everything. Go to my pages there. We mentioned the whole issue, all the issues I just talked about. We mentioned it. So while we are acknowledging their role, we should also be able to call on them. We should also be able to call them out, rather. You know, when they are involved with other bad things. We talk about the situation of the guys who were found dead in police cell in Lofa.
Another one in Banga.
Another one in Banga. Another one in Lofa. Found dead in police cell when he was supposed to be a whistleblower. So in the midst of
the most recent one, where they're saying they need the person living body. Remember, we had a conversation about that when I was here.
In Cape Mount,
Yeah.
they found the person dead.
Yeah.
So I mean, all of these things cannot be happening. And you have our respectable, ally raining praises on them. Now back to the conversation. The government is aware of who brought the $19 million drugs and beyond to this country. They are deliberately refusing to call the names of those individuals because we are being told from all confirmed sources, and we are hoping to confirm that particular information, that the kings who are being tipped, who are being exposed, are threatening that if the government continues to push them,
Is it you whole bush?
if the government continues to push them and expose them to public disrepute, they will call the real names of those who are involved with the drug issue. The government is aware that an attempt for the real drug handlers, those who are coordinating from Liberia, those who are involved with the real drug trade, the government is aware that when one of their name is mentioned, when one of the individuals' name, when you mention the name, automatically you already shut the government down politically by about 75%. They're aware. That way, as soon you mention that name, say, oh, that is why give it to me. 75% the government political chances between now and 2029 will go. Because that's a big blow. They know it's aware. And for some reason, they want to make politics out of this thing, thinking that the Liberian people will forget about it. No, we're not going to forget. We heard the situation in Grange there. I mean, you see, we're going to talk about it during the second segment.
Yeah.
We are not more concerned about it. We're concerned about you transitioning Liberia from a peaceful area to a country where we'll be supplying drugs to the rest of the world. Do you know where the drugs are heading to? England.
Mr. President said we're going to see things we have never seen before. And I think he was actually right, because there are things we're saying that we are yet to see or we did not see in the past.
Obviously.
And here we are.
Obviously.
It is more like there's a story where you have this king. This king is very obsessed with himself, and no one dares tell this king you're not looking good. Of course, until he was naked. All of you know this story. Yeah, exactly. So this king loves a lot of things, and there was this guy who used to make more like a country club, what we call country club here, and the king actually wanted to wear that, and that guy did not actually know how to make clothes. He was just skimming, but because the king heard about that, the guy was invited to, style the king. And this man had already studied that no one would tell this king, hey, your royal highness, now clothes on you. Nobody able to tell you. So he did all kind of, and they put this man on his house, golden one. The man was on his golden horse. He was riding. Everybody saying, the king looks really nice. The king looks very nice. No one could tell him, until a little boy in the crowd said the king is naked. He read that, he said, well, what happened to me? Nobody can tell me. So I'm saying this to me. It is clear that the people we keep calling on to, give us answers. It is clear that these people know the folks who are involved. They know all the suspects. Now we're not going to say suspects. They know the doers. They know the original owner, the originators. They know them.
That's right.
So everybody is like in a circle, and then Oliver is this, Ajorum is this, Alexa is this, but who is going to point out? That's where Oliver actually you want Deron to call in.
Thank you.
Because
at this level, look, let me say something.
Yeah.
The moment the joint security will come up to announce the real drug handlers in Liberia. That moment, the government of Liberia under President Joe Barker, political chances will just,
Exactly.
And
because the names that are involved are names that the government will defend, tire, no explanation.
I can't even imagine that we're talking about
The king
George
is naked.
No!
in the rest.
No,
of
listen.
No, it is
No,
hard. It is
serious
hard
note.
to believe.
If you look, and that's the crazy part of it.
Who would have thought?
The guys know. Look, if they made mistake to announce the real owners of the drugs,
That's all I'm feeling.
I'm saying it to you. The government will explain. They will get tired. There will be no evidence. Because it is embarrassing. You see, man, they don't come here outside. Delon is smart. We can say all the things about Senator Delon. And I'm going to say here, we can say all the things about him, but he's smart. A politician is not a sin.
He's a crafty guy, and as a politician, he needs to be.
Politicians are not pastors. It is expected that it is expected from the citizens that politicians will be honest because their lives depend on the decision politicians will make. For politicians to be smart enough in their game, they don't need to be honest. So Delon is a master of his craft. Like Alessa said, he's good at doing calabule. So he understands that Delon is strategic. He's strategic. What he's doing, he said, look, we already know the truth.
This man is
If I close my mouth,
my people will get problem with me.
if I close my mouth here, and I thought talking for the Liberian people,
And I said that.
and you said that,
I
and
said
the
that.
real information come up.
They will say
When the Liberian people start roasting, the Liberian people say they don't all help out drugs issues. That's why you're not
because
talking.
you didn't say a word.
So he's talking now because he's aware that the Americans are aware. He's aware that the Europeans are aware. He's aware that the government will be under pressure in the coming days to announce the real owners of the drugs. So if that happens, and the citizens decide to put pressure on the government, the citizens decide to expose the government and ridicule the government, he will want to have a soft spot.
Ali Delon
So say,
said
Ali
so.
Delon was talking something, so it means that Delon man were not eating some of the drugs money.
That's what I said. So he's trying to appease.
It's not going to work.
Because you can fool the people all of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
You
gonna
can
work.
fool some of the people some of the time. You cannot fool them all of the time.
The mayor, yeah, he knows about the drug, the rape issue and the rape laws, but he sat down here, he remained mute. The
Brian
police are
Winkler
talking
situation.
about what thing.
We'll do DNA test first.
Delon was here.
The allegations that you rape law, it did not even say DNA test.
Yeah.
It says once you are accused, you lacking it, and you won't do your DNA test, you will be coming from jail, you'll be doing your DNA
No,
test.
of course, everything is part of the kids because you're going to go and if a DNA is to be done, it will be done. If you're not guilty, you go home. You're not guilty.
You will be in prison, they will do your swapping,
Yeah.
they will do your swapping and go do the
Just
test,
like
everything.
everything
When you
else.
come out, you're not okay, they free you. But Gary Como said, no, the man will not be in jail, we got to do the test first. And so,
They get a message
Look,
again. Oh,
look,
you see.
look, so
And you will only be free based
Based,
on
yes.
the not investigation, but from the court. You
Oh,
will
yeah.
be
Of
free,
course.
but because somebody
Oh,
went
no.
to hospital and
it
said,
is under President Barker, the police can clear you.
yeah,
The police arrested you, they got 24, 48 hours to process you. Instead of processing you, they say, we not find nothing against you.
and they tell you, they say, "Mama, go."
Yeah, you tell you, go home.
It says.
But the complainant is still angry.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what poverty can do is terrible.
it is-
People will go to the family, hello, you know what, they get all this and they what's it?
Yeah.
Imagine the
And they say you
audacity.
came for a government.
Yeah, they get already into the whole thing. You should get doing it, so no issue.
Such a flimsy.
The man will be having
excuse.
a small.
Yeah.
And when the family,
Obviously.
family, what the highest higher owner that I saw on the father, somebody go see 10K. Come
gonna
on,
accept
what
that.
do you do? You accept it. But I mean, I'm not
That's
saying.
another
And
issue.
that's
there.
like, of course,
Yeah.
no, we've talked about this in as much as we're not discussing, rape case here, but we've talked about that before.
Fine. I mean, we're not saying that is what
that's-
may have
of
happened,
course.
but there is a probability
Yeah.
that those things could happen behind the scene. But my point is, look, the questions asked are critical questions. The intent behind those questions may be political, it may be from Kalabule perspective, and that's why we do not want to trust it.
Wait.
What?
You have mentioned Karabule. What do I mean? They get some kind of song.
Kalabule is about crookedness.
I know, but they have a song. You please find that song for
Karabule.
me.
There is no internet on this machine.
Oh
Chris
my God.
will have to put internet on
Yeah, but go
the
on.
on the machine. And so, look, we're saying to the government, You can fool some of the people some of the time.
You know, for all the people
You
all the
cannot fool
time.
all of the people all of the time. Because at this level, it is very surprising to us that a government that is so much heralded, because people be talking about, oh, they say they know book.
Sophisticated government,
The emperor is naked.
mature
But
government.
who is going to say,
That you are not able to arrest somebody
3 weeks.
close to a month. It doesn't make sense.
yeah,
And the only reason why you are not doing it is because you know. And I know.
Afan Karabuliso.
And the owner is in the country. And these are things that we're telling you, bring these people out. You are aware, you know their homes. You know their homes. Imagine they're telling you this is the house they took the drugs from. Then people still working there, coming us out.
Yeah.
Things working. The government is aware.
Like, what is hotel or
Then you
DES
can't-
photo?
yeah, we're the ones supposed to be giving that message. And you did not leave us.
Yeah, what way?
We are all well. We have the capability. We are not we are not
That's real bitch.
incapacitated to actually do it.
You want
So
to tell
we-
whoever always say.
yeah, our work. We're able to do
Yeah,
this
it
work.
doesn't make sense.
And so that's the Liberia we didn't
Yeah,
expect.
but
The people who were pressurizing the
Yeah.
other government yesterday, they come into governance and it's just messy.
Yeah.
When they're not breaking people's homes, they're raping people, sodomizing people, doing all those things. And you want
Yeah.
us to come and say, oh yeah, they're not a good man. They're not a
and we're now going to prison to say this person is really great for speaking out.
That is second term you're looking for. You'll find it
The
hard.
other one's a girl. Yeah, but again, at the end of the day, I think we're still asking the same questions. We want to know what's going on. Want to know, what is the update? We want to know
Yeah.
what is this government doing, given the fact that this was one of the major campaign messages. I've said this a couple of times. This was a major campaign message. Everything about drugs, you know exactly how you guys did it. You know the narrative, the propaganda, and everything else. And now that you're in government, Oliver is always giving an example where you see the man, a woman here, you go to the woman, say, don't worry, the thing your man doing for you,
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing I can do more. The woman to pump
She
the
listen.
angel that she now know nothing about. She say, but I'm a man. Yeah, she follow you now. She can't eat in the morning. She can't eat in the afternoon. She can't ask you for full money. You say, better move on here. It's not the other person how much money we're giving you. Like, So now I understand why Oliver always uses this man.
And
woman.
obviously she's going to go back. Yeah,
Example.
she's going to go
So
back.
yes.
That's when you
And
get.
that's where you have a reference point, because you'll be saying it's not I used to do it.
Yeah.
At least you need to get my leg 1 2 1 2 and stuff like that.
Say, I thought you're showing my thought to jail for
Yeah,
you.
pretty big. It is not a problem. So we want to
And the
know.
whole thing, the beauty of this conversation
Uh-huh.
and the cornerstone of this conversation and the strength of this conversation and the citizenship of this conversation, we are not going to get tired with this conversation.
If it takes 5 minutes,
If you are a
we'll talk about
supporter,
5 minutes.
yeah, if you are a supporter of this government and it's itching that, hey, what are the people that will leave it now? We're not going to leave it. Every
Yeah.
time we get, so that princess, when you buy rice, or when you buy anything, I know you some people are level ready to finish,
Mhm.
they can tell the other ready to put it. Then I will be on. So every time we have new topic, we will still be talking
We'll
about
talk
this
about that
drug
small.
issue, and because it is a shame. It is a shame where a government claiming to be mature, sophisticated, knowledgeable to issue. When you were in opposition, how were you finding these people that yes, this is X who brought this job? So then now you in government, you now want to find one person,
Crazy.
and you think we're so naive to know that come on you. We're not buying that.
Okay, and so please, the government should stop playing fun out of us. It is no longer funny. We will not leave this topic alone. Who brought the drugs to this country? We need to know, because the drugs still available. They're not putting the drugs yet, because you can destroy everything like that.
You got to know
Thank you.
They
So,
supposed to say they think we're NHA, and that's we don't want that.
no,
actually.
we want to know who brought the drugs to the
We don't
country.
want that.
You can continue to do this to our country. You can't continue to do
Yeah.
it. So
But Oliver, you just brought my attention to something, and it's scary. With the period, with the time taking and clicking on, I hope these people will not change the consignment.
The place.
and replace it with
Yeah, yeah,
Parker is a man, he doesn't keep his promises. Somebody told me a few that their father and Parker went to school ECWA. And the father and Parker had an altercation. Several years later, almost 50 years later, this young man, Parker, has something against him because of his father. Grand Junior County, Swatru is laid out because of Samuel Doe. But that's not the same for Foya. For Foya, the only major development is Parker drug money $12 million house. And we are saying we're going to change that. On one day, they say, well, the opposition not united. But then CDC is having a celebration. We've come together, and the same people say, oh, what are they going to do there? So we will not listen to them. Each of us on this podium have a big ego. Each of us have a big heart. Each of us have a plan to develop Liberia. But everybody cannot be president at the same time. And so we are willing to bend our egos, to unite our visions, and to drive our country forward. For the young men in the Unity Party that are promoting an 83 years old Parker to make them do things that they know are against the law. There was truck that was arrested at the airport. Nobody arrested, nobody house surrounded. But former members of the opposition, former members of the past government, they have arraigned them at the court, they dragged them to court, they sent police to arrest them, they've done all kinds of things. I'm saying to you, when we come to power in 2029, you know, during the time of President Tawa, they had government money in Nigeria. Those of you that are young don't know that. The prisoners from Central Prison, they used to bring them to work on the farm. Parker and Cool and those guys will come here to make farm for you to eat. We will not just keep them at the Central Prison. We will bring Parker here so that he can work for the first time on the farm to know what it is to work for money. And I want to say to you that you are here is a good thing. That we are here is also a good thing. This morning on the radio, I said, look, we are celebrating 22 years of the CDC. To have established a political party as an individual that had no political experience, to build an institution that won election, last election, is still united, still a party, 22 years later, should be celebrated even by the Unity Party. Many of you wondering how Tottenham ran this country. No. Are you guys hungry? Zulu Whiskey, how are you? You know, I'm going to speak in very simple English. You saw a representative from Senator Amara Kona on this platform speaking. You see former Associate Justice Janice speaking. They said something. If a woman was married to a man before, and she said the man was beating her, and you've been talking, you were treating her so well, and she moved to you, and she married you. Now you treated her so well that she went back to her own husband, and made you a bad man.
Okay, all right. So there was a cool statement right there. A very cool statement right there. Someone from us said, if you were married to, if a woman was married to you, and somebody came, a woman was married to a man, somebody came to the woman say, leave your man, I will take care of you.
They said everything. You
Yeah, that's what people say. So, then the woman leave her husband and go to you. You tell the woman say, oh, Karen, you're not good. The woman leave her husband and go to you. Instead of the woman eating beans, rice, and potato green and all the other things, in the morning you can leave the woman with Gary and no sugar. Even water to soak the Gary, it can be there. Some people say the woman will go back to the man. When the woman go back to the man that she left for you, it shows that you are good for nothing. It shows that you nothing. You zero. And that is the conversation we are having. Jerome, Alexa, quickly. I mean, that particular statement summarizes the entire CDC anniversary and why you found Councillor Kabina Janet there, why you found Alexander Cummings, who was a critic of the CDC government, why you saw him there, why you saw, Simon Fimo, who also was in opposition. I mean, that whole particular statement summarizes all. I mean, let's hear you quickly. We don't have the luxury of time. We want to give more time for our protocol today.
Okay. So one thing I took from there, he said, the same people who are echoing their voices, the opposition is not together.
Mm-hmm.
We come together now, then you're complaining and say, oh, you're coming again. But like you said, we don't have the luxury of time. So let me just cut something short. The guys in government, the Unity Party folks, they continue to say Alexander Cummings is a 1% person. But let us do the math. And I tell people, they are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
The Unity Party folks, with all of the things that are happening in a country like Liberia, that we know the number you win as an opposition political party, you cannot have that same number when you are governing when you go to election.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine Unity Party had over 800,000 people when they were in opposition and they won with that number. But they didn't win with 1%. So
less than 1%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't win with 1%. So Alexander Cummings has 1%. So when he comes to CDC, who was squeezing Unity Party in that 2023 election, automatically Unity Party will not be sitting here as a governing party.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Obviously it will not happen.
So when that 1% comes to CDC, Unity Party fall behind the line. And they will be struggling. So we go for election in 2029. They do not want an obvious percentage. So Oliver Kahn has a political party. He won 1%. So that is a base. That is obvious number that will increase, obviously. And Unity Party will not win as having in opposition, especially with all of the things that are happening. CDC, who was very close to Unity Party, automatically will have an increase in their numbers. So Unity Party do not want anyone. So you will hear them say, oh, and then we will play another political game to say, Alexander Cummings should come and join and go ahead. No. Because let me say it to seditionists and supporters or whosoever.
Mm-hmm.
Check the record. Look, President Weah is the face of the CDC. 2011, we saw what happening. And if you check that record, it's the least number that CDC ever had. You know why? Because other people who believe in George Weah didn't vote for CDC because CDC decided to carry another person. So if the United Party that knows that, yeah, George Weah is a strength in the political party, any number, any percentage that is added on the CDC vote, it will crush the Unity Party.
That's right.
So they don't want anybody to go there. So you just see them playing game. Why would you be complaining about 1%? Don't complain. The people who buy in at 1%, that they take it, don't complain. And you strong? Let's see. We'll reach there.
Alexa.
So you have your father, and then you guys have some misunderstanding, right? And your father is unable to have that problem resolved. Later on, you were, manipulated. Oh, your pa, so he telling me say I did this, so yeah, I did that to you. You join in and you were there to support your father. Your father got what he wanted. Afterwards, normally when you're rich, you're supposed to get all your children or your colleagues who helped you in that regard. You're supposed to have them to be on the same table as you. Even when they're going to say you're doing this when you're doing this right. Your father got rich, he left you again alongside. So who is the problem? Your father is the problem. And I'm saying this to me, all these people keep saying the same thing. Simeon Freeman is saying the same thing about what's happening in the country. You have Alice Gomez on the other hand, saying Oliver on the other hand, saying what's happening as well. And everybody is now coming together and understanding that a lot is happening in the country. A lot is happening not progressively, but a lot is happening that is actually taking us backwards. And everybody seems to grasp what's happening. Everybody seems to understand exactly what's happening in the country. So to have people to come together and say this is our problem, and we think we need to collectively work this problem out and solve what is happening. We have an option. That option is to work together because one person cannot work alone. You had your wife. They say about people just let me because even for me, you get example about me, yeah, that's the easiest thing. So you are here and you give me different options that you are the best, and the thing you do for me, say mama will not be able to talk it, and I lead the other person I can't do it. The things that you're doing for me, I'm working talking not in a good way, but in a bad way. So that's basically what's happening. People were here and they failed to conquer. So now they've gone back to places where they believe that they're going to, work together and kick out whatever misery that's happening. But at the end of the day, again, tomorrow we're going to have a whole lengthy conversation on what's happening because our life is messy and everything else. But Mr. Boakai should be able to understand that he is not a saint. Even the people who are around him, whether they're going to tell him, Mr. President, you're doing a great job, you're rescuing the different, sectors in our country, they're lying to him. And that's a good thing. When your own people lie to you, that's none of my business. But it reflects and it has, some level of impact on the people who you once told you are the better version of your opponent, and then you were given an opportunity to be able to prove yourself, but you're able to prove yourself, hence everybody's coming together, everybody is sensing what's happening, and that's the problem. But so far.
Look, there is one message that I got from Grangy there. The message of fear in the hearts of those in power, the message of being ingrate to those who labor for you,
and being the problem consistently,
and the message of not listening to early warnings. Those are three messages that I got. Now let me say this. People are asking, Kabina Janet go to CDC program? Okay. Kabina will remove as Associate Justice under a CDC administration. What is he doing at a CDC program? Okay, Alexander Cummings was part of the group that criticized President Ware,
the CPP,
CPP, and so forth. What is he doing at a CDC program? And you can name the rest of the other key political actors. I'm a pundit. I'm ashamed to say that, though. But the reason why the United Party is witnessing what is happening in the opposition is because of her own actions. President Weah was not in Zweju. Mr. Cummings, Councillor Jane, Mr. Simon Freeman, who the other person? Honorable Ability, all of them knew 100% that President Weah would not have attended the program. Jerome, Alexa, he still went to Grangy there. Yeah. Do you know what that is? In the absence of the man whose party is celebrating on 22nd, Austin Kawai is not here. He's celebrating a birthday. Children is celebrating a birthday and a draft. My man Austin, who am I going to be having tete-a-tete, man-to-man conversation?
Yeah, he's not there.
But you're not there. I go there and I say, now you're cheering and I say, oh, what? Oh, your pal Zulka here. Don't worry, your pal Zulka here.
Yeah, let's celebrate.
Exactly.
It takes more than friendship, more than the ordinary to do that. All people say, well, man, I am man. Man, just say, $50, you buy your candy or your partner will compare note. The fact that they went there is to send a serious message to the Unity Party that the country is not happy,
And there's one goal.
that the Liberian people are not happy. You heard Mr. Cummings the first time Mr. Cummings said, even if I have to be cowboy to get this country moving, I will do it.
That I want to
Before-
call enough is enough.
Before, Mr. Cummings will always tell you, I want to lead from the front.
And we will tell something from here. I'm sorry, guys.
But that's it.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Now, don't be asking why Kabina Janet go to Zredju. Be asking why you put up a very terrible attitude of ingratitude.
Yeah. Let the man down.
You use Kabina Janet situation in this town. You beat on CDC.
You exploited his vulnerability in the
In
moment.
fact, even things that did not even make up the chemistry at the time, you fabricated, you manipulated the situation and made it appear so dangerous to the point where people who believed in Councillor Jana and the rest of his community people, they felt it was okay. The party people went to the extent to say, oh, Joe, we're not letting Mandingo people. That's why he moved Cabinet Janet. But who did President Weah replace Councillor Jana with? Justice Yusuf Kaba. Yusuf Kaba, a Grover man? No. He's a Mandingo man. Is he a Methodist man? No. He's a Muslim. But you guys went to the extent to play politics out of that thing. You turn around, oh, Echo said I'm gonna pay the man money. You're not paying the man money. Oh, CDC not let the man. You did everything against Councillor Janet. We're in the 10th year. Joe Biden built one big house mansion in Foya where the whole country asking him for it. How he got the money, he won't tell us. He has built another big mansion in Rehab for himself, $3 million.
It's a warehouse, remember?
3 years now running. All the children cast things, all the children life things. His child can be sitting now and we're playing together with BB Bot in Europe, on the boat.
White girls too.
White girls, black girls,
Hit the depot.
His son can be playing with me. All in the boat, passing the children about it.
Of course, you're cruising. You know what
You
you're looking
forgot
for.
Kabina Jare. Oh, it should take you 3 years before you know Kabina Jare needs to be paid.
So, Karabuli, I think I've been taking
Oh, you utilized you manipulated, you exploited the man's situation. You expected Councillor Janet to go be begging you? Oh, my people, and I know that because of me, I now endorse CDC with all the things CDC did for Mohammed Silla. And and I people that because of me, you want the man to go be reminding you of what he did?
It should tell a lot to you that the thing that you used, that he was impeached by.
The fact that the man is going back to the party
Exactly.
that was in power when people was done, it should tell you that
message.
you are an institution of ingratitude. That gentleman be the Prince Johnson who turned him over to y'all, turned him over to the Unity Party, made the Unity Party win him county, got the votes, and the only people I could get was a hard break for one crime code that you're not even ready to set up. You think Kabina Janet want to fall prey to that? You think you want to fall prey to that? Almost all those who supported the election of the Unity Party, you found means to deal with them. Those who took the real bullets. Look at what you do to Yake. Look at what you've done to Prophet Key. In as much as we do not agree with the way Yake and Key did what they did, but it benefited you. You exploited their integrity. See how you treated them. See how Senator Johnson may so rest in peace. See how the old man cry in your name. It ain't how to go to Jeremiah Kun to express his frustration in Kun's silence over a war crime court issue that he Kun himself is aware of, that people out there will not talk politics with you when you're not showing a war crime code. And all Kun gave was 5,000.
And the Babina get money.
Like Nima County people now all generate 5,000 for Prince Johnson.
But Prince Johnson was now a poor man.
That's what I'm saying.
You know.
Let's zoom Prince Johnson was poor. Let's zoom was not even senator. If Prince Johnson needed a lawyer, even the lawyer said, $1 million for my legal fees. Nima County that I know the citizens will raise that money and pay. Because you got to know who he is for them. You think as a giant will go sit down and be frustrated the way you frustrated Prince Johnson? People supported you with their life. People gave you their raw money. People gave life to your campaign. They elevated. You were not able to pay them back. You were not even able to show them gratitude. What's stopping you from giving Councilor Johnny his money? What's stopping you from giving him money? What stop you from replacing him with one of the justices who resigned? Justice Nange passed away. Why you did not reappoint Cabinet Johnny? So it is a clear indication that you are the fake ones.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather said, when your pa called 2 children to go for water, the other child said, Papa, I'm not going with you. Papa, I'm not going for that water. And that child pick up a football and go play football. The other child said, oh, Papa, you want to buy? Oh, Papa, sorry. I'm going for the bucket. The child take the bucket, go to the water side, leave the bucket there, and go to the football field and go play football. And I 2 children?
Yeah.
One to a papa, ball, Papa, and I'm not going for that water. And you want to do it, I'm going for that water, and you take the football, you go play. If I look at him, bouncing the ball on the field, walking with a pie, and go play. The other child said, oh, Papa, I see you sweating. Papa, just sit down and dream to bring the water, go away. He goes to the water side, leave the bucket right to the river bank, and jump on the football field and go play. From 4 o'clock on to 7:30, 8 o'clock in the night, the piggy came out for the football field with football. Oh, Papa, you take my hand. He said, well, your brother said you're going to go for the water. The brother to come out from the river side, they steal the bucket.
So karabuli.
My grandfather said, between those 2 kids, the one who bothered to a parcel and not going for the water is the respectful child. It was a debate. I was the puppy. What are you talking? And he said, you will understand it in the future.
Hey, yo, my people.
In this case, CDC who look at cabinet and say, "Hello, man." Under the CDC government, a lawmaker raised issue of a cabinet general. I told you, they said, "Hello, man." They impeach him. They replace him with his own brother. This and that. It was clear. At least CDC record was clear. CDC they're not promising anything different. What about the other group that said, "Papi, I will go for the water"?
Water can reach.
Oh, man, Kabina, I see you sweating. We will bring you water to tell her. Oh, man, Kabina had hope.
Yeah.
He said, okay, since CDC government move me, I will move them and bring United Party. United Party will settle me what CDC could not give me.
Mm.
In the 5 years, Joe Biden started buying horses. He changed the cars. He used a $1.2 million car. But you are unable to give Councilor Johnny what is, according to you,
Why you promise?
why you promise him? Why you say you would have fulfilled? Why you say CDC were not doing? You could not get rid of him. But you changed the Ome cars. You changed President Baga 2 cars. You when you started surpassing him with $10 million property in 4 years. Councilor Johnny can be driving in rehab. He see the big building going in rehab fence. Joe Baga fence is going. He see all the children in the past around with BB car. President Baga Terry going Europe. The prescription again and today on camera.
Papa, please do. Yeah, I'm trying again. Oh,
You see all of the things, and you think the man will be looking at it and be happy with you.
And stay there, oh.
It is in the 3rd year. Even you bring back of money, because the general is a principal man. You will understand that you didn't let him.
You already made it.
You will understand that you not let him.
trying to wrap people.
You will understand that you are an abuser. You can exploit. I mean, you don't do that to people. See, President, we are not even pressing. When we're grandly there, it should send a message. And Jerome made it clear.
And all the hierarchies of cities.
Jerome made it clear. One, how you call this thing? 1%. Huh? 1%. How many you think 20,500 vote difference? Oh, during the inauguration, when the Babe had the seizure, when he think that where he didn't end the speech,
Yeah.
the 20,500 he will be flipped right there.
Oh, that's the things though that we didn't say before.
No, I mean right there.
It was a lot.
That 20,000, you have over 20,000. We already finished him. Yeah, man. But anyway, we already finished with him. But 2029, I'm putting him by again. I'm putting him by again. On I see in the original day, over 20,000, he will be flipped. From the day President Biden started riding private jet that he said he will never fly.
Another 20,000.
What you call 20,000? Over 50,000, he won't be flipping the same way we do. You know what you voted for.
They break you.
You know what I'm saying?
They break you.
From the day he started violating any position, you enter the position, he remove you. Over 200,000, he won't be saying, hey, the way that you're looking at, I don't understand nothing.
Yeah.
The moment he made Grand Como to take the military money and take the helmet money, the registered money and everything money, and refused to give them access to the city, the children went back, some of them lost their bike, some of them got access to their money, they in jail, some of them run away on gold fee, over 75,000 human beings, finish flipping.
Yeah.
And you find opposition leaders going together, and I see one basic wrecking, and I'm like, what? Why do you guys act so arrogant? To the point that you are even money. You say arrogant?
Although, like in the net, the body make it flipping.
And this is wrong. You should be asking yourself, why is this woman who are convinced to lead her husband, why is she running back to the man? It should convince you. People go to sell in the market, their profit can no longer feed them. You're not concerned about it? Are you not concerned that schools have reduced their school fee? I mean, they have extended their school fee installment payment?
99.
Oh, 99 installment now. Are you not concerned?
You're scared you feel a little old.
Are you not concerned? Are you not concerned that drugs is now at the highest level in our country? No, we are not only smoking it yet, we are exporting it to London. Under your watch as a government. And you are not concerned about these things, and you're talking, oh, I come here, actually, I'm not saying we're doing Grange there.
Celebrating Dusty Road after using 20
It is very, 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 very dangerous to be drowning and you still making beam off. You're drowning in the river, people standing by the way, people, then you cross the way, you move on, I can swim past you.
You know how long I've been doing it?
You know how long I've been doing it? They will wash you down, the shark will eat all your intestine, and they will just go grab your skull and go bury it. Because, I mean, there is no point in being arrogant to the point where you already know that things are not the same. You should be concerned. For coming to say, if I give you carbon,
yeah, for the first time.
I see.
Some people say, oh, yeah, we got ego. But if we will have the power, ego aside, to remove this government power, because your stewardship is creating problems for the business community. Like when they made a complaining whole day, they won't cry.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Their businesses are going through stuff.
Like you said, the people who were leaving, Amara Corner was one time in your room.
Amara Corner was your campaign war room chief technician.
Yeah.
Amara is saying the CDC is a Democratic party. He will always attend all of their activities. So if even CDC tell you say come vote for all, he will go to vote for CDC.
That's an activity.
That was the message. The message all your activity when you call us. So if CDC call Amara say Amara come and sit in our war room to help protect our votes, he will go there. And you say it is nothing to you? I mean, what manner of sheer arrogance is that? I mean, you don't do that, to show that you are supreme or you politically correct or so forth. To do that, who do you think will let you? You're not the only educated people in this country. To think that you are the only group of people who are schooled, who are knowledgeable, who got monopoly over governance, who are sophisticated, when you keep doing those things, then all the men on yellow guys say, well, you know what? Let it begin get crashed, man. Yeah, let me give you let it get crashed. And that's what you guys are doing. People the real people will not tell you. Instead of you criticizing what was happening in Israel, you better start packing your bags. Because the Labyrinth people you cannot fool them. It's 3 years gone. But December, yes, I didn't go with no that can be made. But 2028 years, I give you rights around with no that can be made. We'll tell you to eat your rights, to eat your campaign money, and vote against you.
If you didn't your part, they want to do something, you start whipping your shoe when you say no, whipping your shoe for
Women crying.
You left the bucket to the water side. Then you come home, you bring the baby water. Then in the morning the baby warm the cold, right? They say, baby, I beg you.
He doing it.
In fact, you go to the water side. Why you not even saying for water? Then you go bring water. You always say, look at it. One.
But they finish taking bath.
Always say that because they didn't rest, you doing the thing.
Exactly.
What made you think the Liberian people will always be sitting there for you to use them? A popular man like President Weah was defeated.
Yeah.
With government power. A popular man like that was defeated. Now who? Jamaica?
The Liberian people.
The Jamaica?
I rescue Praga.
The drug skill? No, I mean we're teaching it. It's no longer rescue. Cooking skill.
What?
Cooking skill. To take cocaine from Liberia and send them to London, a cooking skill. We're not rescue government anymore. We're running a cooking skill administration.
We're seeing
I mean, you can do that.
We have never seen before.
You can do that.
The names are changing.
All the early people used to smoke the opium here. All the way used to smoke the kush here, the opium, everything used to smoke here. But to be taking it from here and carry to London, no, we now graduate. We've graduated, and this is terrible for us as a country and people. Let's go and take a few calls, and we call it a day, and return here on tomorrow. Oh God! Oh yeah!
We have to.
Oh yeah! Hold on. Hold on.
If you see a crime, report it. Just
and make it before them before. Stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, the stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Okay, 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. Yeah, you don't call my phone. I'm looking at something on my phone. 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. Call us and let's have your input quickly. Let's go and start squeezing.
Call your line, I promise you.
Hey, but I tell you, when I call my line, well, somebody come with our general. That person used to disturb in school. But let's see if we can talk to this person. Okay, yes, okay. This person, hello, how are you? How you doing? How you doing? Quickly, let's hear you.
I'm doing protection working consent for justice for me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you say, you people there, they are careless. I need my husband because of a tragedy. Then I go to the union. I say, union, what's my husband? What else will do? When my husband coming around, or I see my husband, I go by there, I will get up. I first go to my husband. I go to him and pay. I talk to him. I said, now come together and pay our house, pay our foundation. The house will do. The one they go together. The one they go to show the pussy. They say, I'm going to get we have to care. Now, how many questions are soon? So they go come together and do work for us. And when we get more strength, we have to work. They put a big in a bill, they're not killing a boy. They killing people there, they're not killing a boy. But I'm not bringing the international community. So, essentially, what on there? The government was saying that they will not travel nowhere. They are getting fire landing. I can all the person are being pushed.
Thank you. Leave it right there. You fire lightning on the person who bring the food. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you?
Yeah, this is tomorrow. Thank you for having me. Like, I greet you. Can I ask you people, let me bring something to your memory. That's what president went to Guinea-Bissau, right? Okay. I will tell like people what is Guinea-Bissau and what is Cape Verde, right? What do we think? You journalists be able to tell, what was the result or what was his mission to Guinea-Bissau? If we don't know, Guinea-Bissau is a transit point, one of the biggest transit points for cocaine for North America or for the American world to come to the Western world in Africa. Guinea-Bissau is Cape Verde. Guinea-Bissau is a transit point for cocaine. What Boca went to do in Bissau? Is Boca who brought this cocaine here, okay?
We do not have the evidence.
I'm saying, I'm sure, I'm saying it. That is me to bring on this President Boca who went getting Bissau and brought this cocaine here, is that right? They knows about it, okay?
Okay.
The governmental place to get money to support the government for the election 2029.
Okay, we'll leave it right there. Let's leave it right there. Let's talk to the person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
I'm fine.
Go ahead. Let's hear you quickly. No time.
Okay. And I want to let you know that the devil has who character. And when you dance for the devil, it tends to always be devil. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll leave it right there. We'll talk to the other person. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, my message.
My best friend, don't come here. Let's hear you.
Yeah, you're taking my children. I happy for all the phone call they come back. The program successful. We thank you. The poor say, we say, Patria, that will be divine. That will be, you let it. They say, and they'll be saying, they put out all the country. What they country for them? We say the country are the party. They are the country for duty. They get 42 years. What do you do? That's why we take it for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. That's it. Oh my God, very short. Leave it right there. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Quickly, no time. Let's hear you. Let's hear you. You should know.
When I have one, you have one. Both of them have another man giving one, it will become two. So what is happening to Unity right now? They are a friend. The CDC have one, they have one. Only 1% out there. CDC will go on, they have 2%. So that is the issue here.
Okay.
So the CDC is down to 2%.
Thank you very much. We'll leave it right there. We'll talk to the person. Hello, how are you?
Good afternoon, okay?
Let's hear you quickly.
Don't go to my home in Grand Country. And thank to all the political parties. I tell you, thank you very much. No, okay, the new party are worried, they are scared. And the reason you see the wedding track on the table, they are scared. Let me tell you, and tell to my country, Grand Guinea, okay, we are the Grand Guinea, we are not in great. And 7%, we're not doing nothing, and we 7%, we are just working for all. In their housing, in their hospital, and we put it on the bottom. I'm not telling you that's why we're out. You run away from Grand Guinea, and two channels, and the they are. The kind of Grand Guinea, and we're not up here, but we're not there. They run away. One of them said they have never again one of the secretary. They're trying to come with this on the secretary and big net, and the reason they run away. Tell the Grand Guinea, what country and Philly, that Grand Guinea for Philly. Tell them what country now, President, we are return back to presidency. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute, quickly. No time.
Thank you, Kyle. I'm going to say, let's add the room.
Go ahead.
The official spokesperson for Liberation Movement. So let me say thanks to you. That is a fake channel line. You don't bring a very people can. We are honestly the ones who want to just coming. You understand what some of the people and just a line. This way, you not will be other people in the blood. We are trying to confront with denial. That's what you want to do. And that's what you want to be coming out and saying that you think it's like the phone. No. Against everyone. Now you are the liar and you are saying that. Our time is dry, you have to end. And like you said, the man won't get further. That's the matter we have. When you can stop the circulation of Harry, we'll be in that job that say, in the job and then we'll say that because of the way. Why do you always put a point in the man in power? You have to read what they put in. You have to enjoy the job that he and how do they do? Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Will and Debbie will leave you and talk to 3 more callers, and we call it a day on today's edition. This person, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay.
We are great. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah. Elasa and Arjun. This is Vanny Kadi, 1 billion Yashan, follower of Abraham Boston.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your topic on our discussion. Let me salute all those that went to Grand Guinea to embrace the occasion of CDC. Let me say follow to them. Back out to the judge issue. The government have become a political accident of the country. They have become political accident. They have become a political
run a job in the country. Okay, we are finished in the country. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
We leave you right there, and so that's exactly where we are. We're gonna leave you right there. Let's talk to two more callers, and we call it a day. This person, hello, how are you? How you doing? Hello, how are you? Oh no, you can't leave your radio. Okay, we'll talk to the last person. We'll talk to the last person on the line. All right, let's talk to the last person here. No, we can't get you. Let's talk to the last person from this angle. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Let's hear you, Chief. Go ahead. I'm again, yo.
My name is Willie, and the for justice.
Do not call my phone. Let's just talk to the person. Go ahead, Willie. Let's hear you.
Let us say thank you to the opposition for that today. At least they will help us to make this government to be accountable to stop the imposition of jobs, to tell and try to improve them as they want before, to look what now I am seeing and going on Napo State, and I go no longer be on Napo State, and no person will go be on John Kanye and John Kill and Baka and all that for evidence. Here's the thing. The name for the airport is local was a failure. They should be that. They are separating in. They don't want to call all people in. They keep putting the mayor. Where are the same public of federal or constitutional power? The human records law, if they will have one you, they will not be paid. They will see there. They will take this for him. But when it comes to Piraki, they are telling all that, oh, Piraki, they will get considering you. But so anything that you are guilty, it doesn't mean that you know you are not fair.
Thank you.
That's not fair.
Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's talk to the last person and call it a day. Go ahead. You're the last caller. No time. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Edmoka, concerned Liberian for justice. And I like how President we have put it that this country has become a narco state honor. But not only that he has become a narco state, but rather the trade of drugs are being championed by officials of government. That's the fact. Okay? And we cannot continue to be here with pressing your interests. It's time now for us to start charging people and sending them to court.
Okay.
When our opposition leader, police went there, 3 people to arrest. How come this one is happening without hearing anything about arrest? And what's happening to Grand Children? We say kudos to all the attended to grace our occasion. And everything that is happening in the party, people should blame themselves.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
So they should blame themselves. The way in which they cook the food, that is how they are eating it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Alexa, Jerome, let's go home. Quickly, let's go home.
Okay, so we're going to be back here on tomorrow. It has been a great run on today. And of course, tomorrow again, we're going to talk about the drug issue and we're going to further, talk more about what happens in Grand Jide. But have yourselves a pleasant time.
Well, thank you for listening. We'll be here tomorrow, hopefully. Thank you.
Until we return on tomorrow, like they said, have yourself a wonderful time. God bless you. People who came to fight for us are the ones suppressing us.